This is All India Radio.
You will now listen to a radio report on 1 week, 1 lab program by National Physical Laboratory of CSIR.
The CSIR National Physical Laboratory, the Measurement Standards Laboratory of India, which maintains standards of SI units in the country and calibrates national standards of weights and measures, has begun celebrating a week-long event, 1 week, 1 lab, from the 17th to the 21st of April 2023 at the CSIR NPL Auditorium, at the CSIR NPL premises. This morning, after the ceremonial Deep Prajvalan, Professor Venugopal Achanta, Director, CSIR NPL, in his welcome address said,
1 week, 1 lab, so that this idea is each of the CSIR labs does a lot of work and each of them specializes in very unique and specific areas. So his idea is, why not take this message, what we do in each of the CSIR labs, to the general public so that they are aware of what is the work going on, and also take this opportunity to interact with the stakeholders, for example, industry partners or other partners, which I'll be mentioning shortly. So each lab has their own unique ways which we interact with the society. So this is an opportunity where we take 1 week and completely dedicate it to send the word and bridge the gaps whichever are there with our stakeholders. So that was the idea behind this 1 week, 1 lab, and it's going well with many of our sister laboratories conducting these activities across the country. To this stage, we have support of our media partners, without whom we wouldn't have reached many of you. So I would like to thank, on behalf of CSR family, our heartfelt gratitude for the coverage which you are giving to this event. So before starting the event, so I thought I'll just briefly say what NPL is. I had given this in the morning session, a little introduction about NPL. So when we talk about NPL, like, so we all talk about, I mean, in the context of Big Bang theory, right, for the universe, how universe is formed. So there was a Big Bang and then the universe slowly evolved over time. So for NPL, many of people, how NPL is recognized is with the time, the Indian standard time. So there are these 6 beeps which used to come on one of our event partners, All India Radio here today. So they used to have these 6 beeps. 6 beeps are of 0.1 second each. So the 6 beeps corresponds to 1 second, 100 millisecond each beep. So that's how the time used to be disseminated across the country way back in 1959.
Professor V. Ramgopal Rao, Group Vice Chancellor, Birla Institute of Technology and Science, with his keynote address on the topic, Enabling Deep Tech Innovation in Indian Institutions, Opportunities and Challenges.
Very happy to be here. This is indeed a very great event. 1 week, 1 lab. I understand Honorable Minister himself thought about this initiative. And CSR is a very large system, and it's very often for outsiders to know the magnitude of this entire operations and the number of laboratories and nature of activities. I think it's good to focus every week on 1 lab and showcase it to the other society kind of stakeholders. And I'm sure this will bring in a lot of visibility to the activities that are happening in the CSIR system. I have always said that the problem with our institutions is they have become too homogeneous. It's always about professors talking to professors, scientists talking to scientists. I think that is hampering our innovation capabilities. Ideas happen. The idea factory kind of an approach is when unlike minds come together. Unlike minds, unlike in terms of attitudes, unlike in terms of disciplines, unlike in terms of cultures, I think that is what we need to do. I think we need to connect with stakeholders and we need to bring these unlike minds together, make them interact with each other, develop ideas. And once you have an idea, and of course you can pursue that as a research, you can generate further more ideas, use startups, use industries to translate that research. I think that has to be the path forward. And from these homogeneous kind of cultures, connecting with different stakeholders need to become our mainstay in all these academic institutions.
Dr. Narahari Shastri, Director, CSIR, Northeast Institute of Science and Technology, elaborated on the Jigyasa vision.
When scientists discover things and make a difference, many times scientists themselves will forget, and most of the time when it does not reach the society, the full-fledged use of that is not very well spread. Awareness is very important. So this 1 week, 1 lab program, which is a very, very good success. I have participated in 2-3 labs, and we had our own laboratory doing this. Many times we bring awareness to others, and we also bring internal awareness. What are our internal strengths, and what are the problems that we have done, what we have to do, what we can do. In all these directions, this particular 1 week of Manthan, while we have an intention to bring awareness, it will also bring the new opportunities that we can think about. And today my role is to talk about the Jigyasa program, the Scientist Student Connect. Again, this is an idea which came from the very top, and it started in 2017, although these programs were there for 40 years in some laboratories. But in 2017, with the Kendriya Vidyalaya Sanghatan, this has taken a firm shape, and from 2017 till now, more than 1,500 programs were conducted, and close to 5 lakh students around and 5,000 teachers have been participating in this particular program.
Dr. Geetavani Rayasam, Head of CSIR Human Resource Development Group, presented an overview of the CSIR Yuva Portal, Jigyasa Mobile App and Astro Lab for Divyangjan students. All of these were launched by the Honorable Minister of State for Science and Technology, Independent Charge, Dr. Jitendra Singh.
The first in the launch of CSIR Yuva Vaigyanik Anveshan, CSIR Yuva Portal for DSRF and RA. The button is pressed and the portal has been dedicated to the nation. The second initiative to be launched is the CSIR Jigyasa mobile app. I humbly request Honorable Minister to launch the mobile app for the students. A huge round of applause as this remarkable launch is being done. The third initiative is the virtual launch of Indian Sign Language enabled astronomy lab for Divyangjan students in Karnal. I humbly request Honorable Minister to virtually launch the Astro Lab and dedicate it to the upliftment of the Divyangjan students. Let us all put our hands together for this excellent initiative. I must say, Divyangjan students are the specially able students.
Dr. Jitendra Singh, in his inaugural address, remarked,
"This is a historic venue where we have gathered this morning. This is a place which has seen history being made not once but more than once. And I'm glad today we are making another historic landmark." The journey of NPL coincides with the journey of independent India since 1947. So in other words, the journey of NPL also coincides with the journey of Akashvani, which was the name adopted after independence. Thirdly, I think the electoral history of India is deeply indebted to this. If you didn't have this lab, maybe I wouldn't have been there. The reason being that right from the very first election that we have in this country in 1952, it was this lab which was providing that ink and saving many of us from bogus voting or helping others to indulge in the same. So you can understand how deeply embedded is this institution with the history of independence, the journey of post-independent India, the evolution of Akashvani and the news methodologies in this country, as well as the growth of electoral mechanism over the last 7 decades. So all the very best, and I'm sure this is going to, at the end of the day, benefit each one of us who have a stake in this. Thank you.
The vote of thanks was presented by Dr. Ritu Srivastav, Senior Principal Scientist, CSIR NPL. During this 1 week, 1 lab program, panel discussions, technology exhibitions, and seminars will be arranged on different topics such as expectations from CSIR NPL and future directions, time dissemination in India, metrology for health and quality of life, role of CSIR NPL in AP-MP region and support to SAARC nations, photovoltaic metrology, etc.
This radio report was a presentation of Science Sale. Narration was done by Manoj Mainkar and program was produced by Priyanka Kumari.